Howdy ho.
Heidi ho!
Happy Monday.
Happy Monday, folks. Guess who's playing
I mean,
tonight?
it's not Monday when you're watching this. We don't know. Maybe it is.
Look at this.
The
Look at my classic. You like this?
the Eagles must be playing.
Ah, you know what? I bought this on a.
Hey, I tried to think of you a little bit. I got a little green on
I
me.
like
A
it. I
little
like it.
green.
I bought it on a. I can't remember the name of the website, but it's a knockoff website.
Really?
Yeah, this was. What was this? $100 or $80 or 90? Fantastic.
Yeah, so you could tell by the feel, but I mean, it looks pretty
For
good.
look, yeah.
Yeah,
And
it looks pretty good. The only other thing I'd say is the NFL logo there. Looks like it was like
pressed.
heat pressed on because
Might
the
have been.
stitching goes over other stitching.
Yeah, might have
But
been. But you know what?
for half and half, that's not bad at all.
Yeah, and it's white.
Hey, and it's Reggie White.
Reggie White. That's right. Oh man.
I was getting a little worried there.
Oh, when yeah, if you say white is right,
And it's
it
white.
has to be Reggie, because Reggie's the best white to have ever played football.
Yeah, yeah, hands down. I'm trying to think. Like you got Roddy White, who is a really good
Right
receiver
now,
for
you've got
Atlanta.
White on with the Bucks.
Rashad White.
Rashad White,
Yeah,
great running back, but I
yeah.
mean, for it's not even for his time.
In
It's just in
yeah,
yeah.
in my opinion, the best running back with the last name of White was James White for the Patriots. He was
Right, and I don't know
pretty
that far
incredible.
back. I don't know a lot of people.
Not that far back.
Yeah, but I only started watching football in 2000. Only really started learning the names and everything in 2006, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Yeah, he was with the Patriots from like
Yeah.
2000 and I want to say 13 onwards, 13, 14 onwards,
Oh, and you think he's the best running back? Oh, White.
with the last name
Right.
White.
Last name White.
Yeah,
Okay. My apologies.
yeah.
Um,
Other than that, you got like Lendale White.
I also didn't pay a lot of
Who's
attention to other teams.
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
Especially
and
the AFC.
when you start off watching, you basically go your team, your division, your conference,
It took me
and
a
then like
long
the
time
big
to
teams.
branch out to learn even just the rules. I only started watching religiously probably 2 years before Favre left Green Bay. So
Oh,
2005,
okay. Yeah.
2006. I can't remember what year it was, but yeah, I didn't know a lot about
Who
it.
was had they switched to McCarthy at that point for the last 2 years of Favre?
Yeah, well, McCarthy was there before Rogers started, so yeah, it would have been his last year, the year before his, yeah,
Yeah, and
something like that.
yeah, I obviously don't know the entire situation, but I think that was the worst thing that the Packers could have done was go with McCarthy.
Yeah, who'd they
Now,
have?
now
I
they
want to say
did
Holmgren,
now.
but
Yeah. Holmgren
yeah,
was there. I don't know that he was. I'm trying to remember if he was the head coach for them or not. But they had two excellent coaches during the Holmgren period of time. Um, God, I can't remember.
I think it was for some reason.
But I don't know who was their coach when they won with Favre. Because they won twice, right? With Favre, was it once? It was just once.
Once.
Yeah, but he won MVP back-to-back years. You're looking it up, right? Okay. What I was going to say is, I think McCarthy inherited an incredible.
Mike Holmgren.
It was Holmgren.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think McCarthy inherited a pretty incredible team. Obviously, Holmgren. I think he took a lot of money to go to Seattle, and it was a bit of a felt like a betrayal if you were a Packers person at the time. Um, and then Seattle did get improved significantly under Holmgren. There were some bad years, but there were some really good years, and yeah, definitely helped set the stage for them eventually getting a Super Bowl. But back to the Packers, I think McCarthy just kind of languished in terms of like that team was just at the same
Right.
performance level. And
And
the only big difference during the McCarthy era that happened was Aaron Rodgers becoming the quarterback.
right.
Um,
That now just sort of cut you
and
in there,
they
but
have incredible eyes for receiver talent.
the
I will
coach,
say that.
the coach they had when they switched to from Favre to Rodgers was Mike Sherman.
Oh,
Was the
really?
head coach for the Green Bay Packers for 2000, 2005. while Mike McCarthy coached from 2006 to 2018
Yeah, so they won their Super Bowl with Mike McCarthy,
with Rodgers.
with Rodgers.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and with Favre was Holmgren,
yeah, yeah,
and there was Sherman in between.
yeah. In the interim.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, don't want to turn this all into Packers news radio. Well, I do, but I know it's.
For today, whatever.
You know
It's
what?
it's gonna be. It's
I,
what we're doing.
I
It's what
know.
we're doing.
I know it's not football Sunday, but you know what? I will say, man, oh man, did I tell you so? I told you so.
You told us so.
I told you so.
Told us so about what?
Do you remember? And it might be on an episode
Oh,
that's aired.
I know where this is going.
They're
This
going
has
to
to do
be in
with-
the playoffs
has
or
to do with the
just
Patriots.
outside, and I was right because boy, oh boy, they look good.
You know what?
They beat the Bucks this week.
This last week.
Last week, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I consider it all this
that
week,
was
but
that was definitely, I would say,
that's showing that they're
that's a
ready to
litmus
play.
test.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a litmus test. Now that said, the Bucks offense was depleted.
Now, do you call it litmus or litmus?
I go litmus.
Litmus.
It's muss?
Litmus paper?
Is it a muss?
Is it? I don't know.
I always thought it was a nuss.
Do we Google it?
Yeah, we Google it.
Litmus.
One of us has been
litmus.
talking like an idiot for forever.
Let's not lie to ourselves. It's probably me.
Oh, it could be me.
Litmus. I
For-
thought it was
for
litmus.
a long time. I would say racial epitaph instead of epithet, like a dummy. Litmus. I'm the idiot.
Thank fuck. I can't take that again.
Oh man.
Yeah, litmus.
Well, they were the litmus test because when I was looking after the Patriots beat the Bills in Buffalo, I was like, "That's incredible."
could have been a one.
I was like, "That's incredible."
Yeah.
But based on their schedule and like losing to Pittsburgh in a game where they turned it over 5 times and still had a chance,
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know what's going on offensively with this team.
Right.
Is the offense legit? The defense, I was like, these guys are solid, and they've had a solid defense for a while. Like that's not been the point of
Emphasis.
it's not been the issue in my mind for at least like even before Brady left. I wasn't looking in like 2018 and being like, oh God, what's going to happen with the defense? If anything, I was like, thank God for the defense. They
Right.
keep us in like just about every game. Same thing this year, but the offensive performance, the consistency of Drake May throwing the deep ball, I didn't expect that. I didn't expect Booty, Diggs,
Booty.
Booty,
Okay, booty. I like it. Yeah.
Keyshawn Booty, Diggs,
Nice.
and I mean,
Digging that booty.
we'll see if Pop Douglas is like,
He's hurt, right? Or he's just not playing well?
He's been inconsistent. Sometimes
Hmm.
he's looked amazing and made awesome plays
Yeah.
and looks like a human video game character, and then other times you're like, what's going on here?
Was he-
And then there's the rookie who's hasn't really gotten a bunch of shots. My taxi squad king, Efton Chisholm III,
All right.
waiting for his chance at glory.
I got one of their guys on my injured reserve, I believe.
I think
Polk.
Jalen Polk. Yeah, I'm curious to see if he works out at all.
Mm.
He seems like a redundancy,
Yeah.
but I don't know what's going to happen in the future with.
Oh no,
Diggs.
he got traded, didn't he?
He might have.
Yeah, I think he's over with
Yeah.
the Saints now.
That would make sense to me.
Yeah, I think
because
he is. Yeah,
he like once they brought in Mac Hollins, I was like,
Yeah,
all right, we got Mac Hollins, Diggs, Booty's playing really well. Douglas is kind of put on sometimes.
Yeah.
And
No,
then
he's with the
Efton
Saints.
Chisholm is waiting for his time. And the tight ends are really good. So
Right.
I just didn't expect the O-line to be able to hold up well enough for May to throw deep balls as well as he's been doing. And he looks like a freaking young Joe Flacco out there tossing accurate, like in stride
scary
deep
stuff.
balls.
Scary
Yeah.
stuff for everybody else in the AFC.
And their running backs are very talented, although they put the ball on the ground way too much. But if they can clean that up, it's a whole offense. And I didn't expect that, and I didn't think that they would sustain it post Bills. But my God,
They're looking good.
and you know what? Games where they don't fire on all cylinders, they still score 24 points.
And they still manage the game well.
Yeah.
And they're I hate them. But you know what?
Like, if I'm as a Patriots fan, I don't want to say it too quick because I felt like I said it too quick with Mac Jones, where I was like, I think they found the quarterback. I
Mm.
felt that way in Mac Jones' first season where they went
Yeah,
to the
very
playoffs,
true. Yeah,
looked pretty good.
but May's in season 2 now.
But Mays in season 2 and last year the team looked terrible, but he still looks good and getting better,
Although,
which like his development trajectory helps having Josh McDaniels, helps having better coaching around. It's a different trajectory than the Jones situation. I could say like if he keeps this up all season and then gets better next year,
yeah.
watch out, league. Patriots might be back.
And that being said, Mac Jones
And
looked good.
Vrabel's got that team playing fucking 40 a full 4 quarters.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I got to say though, Mac Jones looked good with San Francisco this year
And
when he
you know what?
filled in.
I kind of felt shitty for Jones cuz like when I was watching the Patriots be bad in Belichick's last year and then um like his last 2 years really.
Yeah,
I wasn't watching it. I definitely was like, Mac Jones is making plays that seem to be hurting the team, but I was never like, Mac Jones is why we're
he's the
losing.
guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the guy that's
No, it
destroying
was
the
like,
league.
this team really sucks. Wow. There's like, the only bright spot is Ramondre Stevenson. That's it.
And he's not even there anymore, is he?
No, he's still there.
Is he still
Yeah.
there?
I vote, he's still the starter, and I still think he is their best running back. And I think that he's
Just don't hear about running back room there anymore. Just because I think the offense is
because May is
passing so
starting to
well.
take off.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I think if you look at the running backs, if this Trevion Henderson can develop into, and I watch him, I actually think like this guy could be like a Kevin Falk type character. I know you don't know who that is,
I know who
but
Falk
to
is.
Patriots fans, Kevin Falk was the security blanket. He was the go-to guy. He would always make the first guy miss and just like really reliable,
Mm.
but undersized. And I could see Henderson taking on that role. But Stevenson, if he can just not put the fucking ball on the ground, he's like,
Right, because he's been dropping a lot, hasn't he?
he can be
Yeah.
so dominant as a running back, and he has
Right.
great hands and he blocks well. Like,
Do you think?
getting excited as a Patriots fan, and you were right to say they're going to make the playoffs. I had no faith, zero faith. I thought it was going to be a 9-8 team, and I
Mm,
was going to be happy that they were over 500.
which is
I was
fantastic.
basically going to be a Pittsburgh Steelers season, but looking at now, the fact that they beat Tampa, even though Tampa was definitely banged up, not firing 100%
Yeah,
in Tampa, because the game was in Tampa, right?
yeah,
That's pretty sweet. That's a pretty solid one. I mean,
yeah. On the road like that.
we'll see how it goes from this point forward.
When you're saying the Patriots are 8-2 and the Buffalo Bills are 6-3.
Well, they're not 8-2 because look, we're in this week, not last week.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Just kidding.
Wait, no, they are. Yeah.
Yeah, they're eight
I'm
and two.
looking. Yeah.
Yeah,
Duh.
but yeah, they are 8-2, and
And Buffalo lost to Miami.
oh my god, now it's in Miami, and what I'll say as an AFC East fan and watcher for at this point almost 2 decades,
Yeah.
well, over 2 decades now, um, playing in Miami for any of those northeastern teams,
Yeah.
right? Because like Miami's in Florida, very south. The other Eastern AFC teams are Buffalo, New York
North.
Jets playing
It's
out of
cold.
Meadowlands,
Yeah.
and then Foxborough with New England. They travel. It's a big trip. It's a big trip for them to go down to Miami. The weather is significantly different. The environment's different, and for some reason, I don't know what black magic hangs over Miami, but it's tough for visiting AFC East teams. It's not tough for everybody else in the NFL.
Everybody loving the climate.
Everyone else in the NFL has a
Go
fun
down
time playing
there,
in Miami.
have some
But
drinks
if
later
you're a
after the
Patriots
game.
team, if you're Buffalo, you're the Jets, playing in Miami has always been.
Like a curse.
It's just like
Huh.
you can't look past this game. They could be 0-15. You can't look past that game.
And they look good
Yeah.
last week.
I mean, there was that game. I want to say it was 20. It was the year that I think the Patriots ended up beating the Rams for the Super Bowl, which I want to say was what 2018.
Sure.
Um,
There's so many Super Bowls, it's hard to say anymore.
Yeah,
Hey,
it is
that's what a
tricky.
terrible way to think of things.
yeah, but at the end of the year, I think it was the last game of the season. The Patriots could have secured the AFC first seed in the AFC by just beating Miami in Miami,
Yeah.
and they were up by like I can't remember if they were up by 3 or by 4 or 5 or it doesn't matter. because on like the last play of the game, the Miami Miracle happens. Where you have like Kenyon
Mm,
Drake ended up getting it passed back and forth, and it's Rob Gronkowski on a terrible angle trying to catch Kenyon Drake as he runs into the end zone, and it's like, of course it's in Miami.
yeah.
Of course, those things just happen.
Fair.
So
Okay.
as an AFC East guy, for Buffalo fans out there, like, yeah, no one wants to see Miami put 30 on you when you put up 13, but it's Miami.
I
In
mean,
Miami,
I
you
think
never know.
I think the sky's falling. I think
In
they should.
Buffalo,
Yeah, I think the sky is falling. I think they lost to Patriots and Dolphins now this
well,
season.
who else beat them? Because
The turning of the tides.
who else was the one that beat them
Was
though?
it
Because
Baltimore?
I thought they beat Baltimore, and I thought did they lose to the Chiefs or they beat the
No, they beat
Chiefs?
the Chiefs.
Yeah, I don't think they're gone. I don't think they're that. But what I will say is, and I've seen this as a Patriots fan,
They're
I've seen when the team knows they have a stud at quarterback and they get too thin at their positional players.
yeah,
And
Green Bay
it's
Packers with Aaron Rodgers.
yeah. I would argue it's never been as thin for Aaron Rodgers as it was for Tom Brady. And I would say if you look at Josh Allen's crew right now, uh, Rodgers on paper always had somebody. Dalton Knox is probably,
And he got knocked out
and he
last week.
got knocked out. So yeah, I think if you're the Bills, one of the concerns I would have is
Oh yeah, they lost to the Falcons.
yeah. So one of my concerns, and that's a matchup that just kind of is rough on them if the Falcons get their running game going. But if I'm the Bills, it's either we invest a shit ton in the defense and it becomes a dominant defense, and we just look at Josh Allen every week and we say, hey, we need 24 points.
Hmm.
24 points and we win the game. He can run for two, throw for one, whatever, and then find a way to get the field goal lined up at the end of the game. Or they need to invest in the offense and the defense can kind of stay where it is.
Yeah.
But this thing where you start sending your good receivers out every year for draft picks,
Yeah.
yeah, on paper it's a good idea, but you never know if those draft picks will be hits.
It
They,
could bite you.
they can bite you. And as a Patriots fan, you just look at I would say the last 4 years of Brady in New England, and it's like every year it's one or two injuries on offense away from being like, hey, guy off the street, can you come play for the team?
KC does it.
Yep.
KC does it every year.
Casey's in that position,
They hold
basically.
they hold Kelsey, they hold the running back,
Yep.
and they hold Mahomes. And of course, you have one of your big D line,
You got Chris Jones. Yeah.
Jones, and your O line's
Yeah.
extremely important.
Yeah. You got some linebackers that you try and hold on to, like
But
Karloftis
you can
and
almost
stuff like
say the
that.
O line and the offense, I should say, sorry, the O line and the D line should be paid before the wide receiver room. And you could put a young guy out there and catch the ball.
Yep.
But if you could protect the quarterback,
Yeah. Well,
and
if you have a star QB,
I mean, like,
your whole chance at winning relies on the O line.
yeah, and you could bring up rookie after rookie after rookie until you find someone that could catch a ball.
Yep.
That's it.
Well, and the thing too is like there are receivers who will leave bad teams to play with great quarterbacks.
Right.
Like there are players who will absolutely say, you know what, I'll take a couple mil less to play with a great quarterback because two things are going to happen. I potentially am going to get to have some legacy seasons where I show like if given a good quarterback, I'm one of the better receivers in the game.
Right.
And uh, when your contract goes up, because usually these guys are doing like 2-year deals, 1-year deals,
Yep.
you're gonna get paid because your stats are gonna look great.
Yeah.
Or they're gonna be like, wow, even with this great QB, you really couldn't get open, you couldn't really do anything.
That's
Your
right.
your career's done. But either way, it's like there will be players at wide receiver at skill positions who will look across and be like, you know what? Matt Stafford is playing in LA. I'm Devontae Adams. You know, the situation in New York is blown up.
Mm,
Maybe I'm just going to go play with Matt Stafford,
that's true.
and
Yeah.
I'm not going to ask them to break the bank for me, even
Fucking Matt
though
Stafford.
worse teams might be willing to do it.
Does he have an MVP play like kind of season? He's playing pretty fucking good, isn't he? Anyway,
Yeah, I don't know if he's MVP yet. He could
but
be
he's like
by
doing
the
well.
end of the year.
He's
He
doing
could be.
awful. Drake May is probably right now playing. He's leading
I
his
think
team.
Jonathan Taylor. In my opinion, I still
It
say
never goes to a running back.
I know it doesn't go, but it should go.
It should,
I
but
think he's been the most outstanding offensive player of the year. Uh,
Comeback player of the year, Danny Dimes.
I don't think you get to do it because you go from a bad team to good team. You have to come
He
back
didn't
from
go from.
injury.
I mean, he didn't go from a bad team to a good team. He went from a bad situation to a good situation. But is it? Well, I shouldn't say this. He went from a bad O line to a good O line. He's protected now.
Yeah, he's protected. The team as a whole has more skill on it than the Giants do.
Well, I guess yeah, because the Giants got rid of Barkley and Indy has Taylor,
And their
and then
defense is very good.
their receiving
Yeah,
room is better than. Yeah. Okay. You know
yeah.
what? You
And
win.
now they got Sauce Gardner. But no, I think for in terms of just two things, MVP race, it's got to be Jonathan Taylor right now because if you look at across the league and be like, who's doing better for
Then
their team?
right,
Good
he's
luck.
doing everything.
Good luck.
He's
Yeah,
he's 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 a beast.
he's a monster. And then if you're looking at And then if you're looking at the situation like for in the world of like the Rams for
Yeah.
Matt Stafford, he could end up being MVP by the end of the year. But right now I don't think he's leading.
Mm.
But that said, I think you could have seen the Rams playing this well at the end of the season last year when they started to get healthy.
Yeah.
And you look at the teams that gave fits to really good teams in the playoffs that ended up doing something. The Rams were the scariest team outside of the Eagles.
Outside the Packers, I understand. I understand.
But to me, like you look at their defensive line, the fact that like what's his name, Fursker, whatever, and then you have Verse, and you've got a
Mm,
couple other like extremely like a young and extremely skilled guys on the D line. Plus, you start adding in like some of the guys they got in their secondary.
yeah.
Like who's the safety who's just an absolute stud for them? Is it Lane?
I don't know.
It's not Lane, but they blanking on his name. Feel terrible, but their safety like positions are amazing. Like if that team just stays healthy,
Yeah.
you got to watch out for them because they've got Matt Stafford who's won a Super Bowl, and before winning a Super Bowl was everyone agreed he was like one of the most talented quarterbacks on a shit team for
Detroit.
forever.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Detroit's a perfect example of like how not to build your teams. Like you've got stud receiver, stud quarterback, and they were just content to be like,
Yeah.
it'll fill the
It's
stands.
selling tickets.
Selling
Selling
tickets.
tickets. Now that we're still on, just keep it on football, just for couple more minutes.
Probably another hour.
No, we can't do the whole thing on football today, can we? No, we're not gonna.
We could.
We could. Will
We'll
we?
see. We'll see.
Who knows?
At some point, it will be about a small Canadian town, hopefully.
It certainly will be.
Yeah.
You know who you are.
Yeah.
We don't. Okay. I just wrote something down. You know how I have my running list?
Your list of thoughts?
Yeah. So this was meant to be on episodes way back, but I skipped over it by accident. About Cincinnati Bengals.
Oh, yeah.
Um,
That poor offense.
do you think? Do you think?
Are we
Because
talking
they're
about
like
Chase
they're the
Brown?
poorest.
Are we talking Chase
They're
Brown?
the least expensive. Just hear me out.
They pay their guys the least.
Should they move them to Ontario?
Oh,
Like I researched all
like
the
Toronto
NFL teams.
Bengals?
The teams that have the least amount of money
Yeah.
are the Bengals.
Yep. Yeah. They pay their team the least. Yeah.
So
Across
they
the
pay their
board.
team the least. They make the least amount of money. They're
Yeah.
just staying afloat.
Yeah.
Um.
They're the St. Louis Rams. Yeah.
Right. So they need to move eventually, I think, and I think it's going to come
Well, they
sooner
need
rather
to
than
change
later.
ownership.
Right. Which I think ownership move equals move.
Yeah, sometimes.
And
Sometimes.
I'm saying, I know Toronto can support them. Ontario, even Toronto as the city itself
Yeah.
could support them.
And in terms of like the division, moving them from Ohio to Ontario, geographically not a huge move.
Not terrible.
Yeah.
Also,
Interesting.
if they moved the Bengals to Ontario, or let's say Toronto. Let's just say
it
Toronto.
would be Toronto.
Yeah.
Or like the stadium might be in like Mississauga or something.
Yeah.
like
Would you call them like the Toronto Beavers or Toronto? You change the name out for Bengals because the Bengals just don't fit Toronto.
I think you would have to keep the name.
Toronto Bengals?
Yeah.
No, sounds like shit.
Well, no, it would work because you have the Hamilton Ticats and you got the Toronto Bengals. You could have a big cat theme in Ontario.
Yeah, well, you got the Raptors with basketball and the
Yeah.
Leafs with.
The Leafs are the odd man out, and the Sens.
Yeah.
Those are just dumb.
That's not even funny.
But I think you would keep the Bengals name.
I think you'd change it.
No,
No
no.
different than moving Arizona Coyotes to the Utah Mammoth.
What about St. Louis Rams going to Los Angeles, or the San Diego Chargers going to Los Angeles, or the Chicago Cardinals going to Arizona?
Chicago Cardinals?
Yeah,
Is that what they were called?
yeah.
And then they went to Bears
And then the
when
Bears
they
popped
expanded.
up. Yeah, yeah.
Huh.
I think
Well,
there's more evidence for names staying the
I think
same.
I think when you
Baltimore Colts going to Indianapolis.
right, I think the big thing when it comes to going to Canada is being Canada's first team in the NFL. I think you have to mold it to Canada,
I don't think so.
and I think
I think you're I think you're at the lunch. I think if we got an NFL team,
if it went
we would say we love the Commanders. we
no,
we're big Commanders
I
fans.
think I think you got to change it. I think the ownership would want to make it theirs, especially if it's Canadian ownership.
No.
Um, I think Toronto Bengals sound shit. Maybe Ontario Bengals.
I think the problem is if you change the name and you go like a Canadianized team, you're going to alienate it too much from the players coming in wanting to play for certain teams. I think if you keep the Bengals, you keep the stripes, you keep that stuff, and you just pay them more, you get to be like, yeah, I'm going for the Bengals. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm still and for the fans, you got to remember too, the Bengals aren't just some team that's been around for like 6 or 7 years. Like there's a lot of Bengals jerseys, there's Bengals helmets, there's Bengals fans out there, and I'm sure Cincinnati Bengal fans in Cincinnati would be like, "Don't take our team." But from a money perspective, they would still probably cheer
for
for
the
the
Bengals.
Bengals
Yeah, maybe. Also, though,
because you
if you change the jersey, change the logo, change everything, everyone's going to want it more because they don't have one. They only have the old Bengals. They want the new.
no, no, not in sports. Imagine this.
That's exactly what they do in
Imagine,
sports. The Commanders, they were the a football team for a season, sold football team uniforms, and then they went to the Commanders and sold the Commanders uniform
yeah, yeah,
to make
yeah.
money.
Did you buy one?
No, because I'm not a fan. If it was the Green Bay Packers, maybe I would have.
So back when they were the Redskins, as a historical fact, as a
I
hist-
preferred Redskins to be honest. No,
as a
no different than
historical
Edmonton
fact,
Eskimos. I think it was way better.
I think that their logo was more compelling. In the same way, I think the Blackhawks have a pretty cool logo.
Fantastic. Their best logo in
You
hockey,
know,
I think.
the same way I think the Vikings have a cool logo. The same way I think the Buccaneers have a cool logo. I
Mm.
think you have like a humanized
Okay.
logo. You have a good thing to work with, and then the name the name could have been changed obviously to anything else while still keeping the logo.
Right.
Going the football team was like the equivalent of being like, yeah, we're going to change the name for changing the namesake. Check the box. And then the Commanders with no good logo is this it's just terrible. And no one's buying that shit. Like outside
True.
of people who are like, I'm a huge Jalen Daniels fan, or I'm a big Debo Samuel or Scary Terry
It's
fan.
Terry McLaurin. Oh, my favorite.
Yeah, like
Um,
I don't think your new team, new name, new me is going to work. I think it's actually much better to just keep the old name, maybe do a jersey update, maybe do a logo update,
yeah, maybe.
but
Yeah,
you got
maybe
to
maybe change, do a little change then.
little
A little
changes here and
change.
there. Yeah.
Um, the
Like
Toronto the
I could
Toronto
see
Bengals. The only reason I don't like it is because the
instead of
Bengals
orange and black, imagine if it's red
red
and
and black.
black.
I like it already. You know
Exactly.
what? Then
Like the
it's
Red Blacks.
oh, fuck's sakes. Anyway, okay. You know what? Can we do something?
No.
I'm gonna see if something works. If this ever happens, I don't think we have enough viewers to make this work.
Before you do this, I do want to say though, your point about if the Bengals went to Toronto, I actually think it would do well.
I think it would do amazing, right?
Yeah.
It's Canada's team, then kind of like the Raptors.
Hmm.
All the young kids coming up, that's going to be their team.
Yeah.
Even me, as a diehard Packers fan, I would hold a little special spot in my heart
Yeah.
for a Canadian football
Suddenly,
team.
I would kind of in the back of my mind be rooting for the fucking Bengals, and I never
Yeah.
think about the
Right.
Bengals.
They would be my team of the AFC.
Interesting.
You know what I mean?
Couldn't be mine, but still.
They couldn't, no.
Yeah.
But that being said, I know we don't have enough fans, but I'm going to say this anyway. If we did get an NFL team in Canada, what should they be called? And if you're artistic, draw something up, drop a logo, make something up. Either put it in the comment section below or email us at refractoryperiod1@gmail.com. Just, hey, I'd like to see what you could come up with.
I think unfortunately there's like
Not
two.
enough people watching the show.
No, no, no. I think the two, in my opinion, the two best Canadian, maybe the three best Canadian names. And this is, I'm a Calgary Flames fan, right? I'm a Flames fan.
I know.
But I do think in terms of names, when you take a football team and you apply a job name to the team,
Yeah.
perfect. So
Mm.
Packers, Steelers, Houston Oilers, things like that.
Toronto Fur Traders.
Well, if you, yeah, the Pelters. Yeah,
Ooh.
if you did, that's actually not
Actually, I
bad.
think that's pretty good. Actually,
I would kind of be
I
okay
could
with
see
that.
like a Davy Crockett
Yeah,
felt
yeah,
hat.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But I think for like the Calgary Hitmen in terms of
Fantastic.
lacrosse is a great name.
Yeah.
Houston or Edmonton Oilers, I think works really well. Roughnecks.
The Toronto Businessmen. Like that. What's Toronto? What was its original thing?
I don't.
Way back when.
Well, and I don't know if you'd want to say the Toronto or the Ontario. Like
It's hard to say.
you
Yeah.
don't have to go with this. Like the Patriots are the New England Patriots, and there's multiple states who are fans of the Patriots because they
Right.
did that. They're not just the Boston Celtics,
Right.
you know.
But yeah, I mean, that's a good way to put it.
So I think if you did the Bengals, you could do
You
Ontario.
could even do Canadian because I don't think another Canadian team could ever be produced.
I wouldn't even say Canadian. I think you could go
The
like
Southern Ontario Rockets.
I think Ontario would be the better route.
Yeah.
The Ontario Bengals to me sounds better.
It does sound better than Toronto Bengals. I
Yeah.
do not. Yeah, Ontario Bengals.
Yeah. So and it leaves room open for like the Maritime this or the like
Yeah.
the Halifax would be a cool name to attach to a team, but you wouldn't be able to, so you'd have to do like the Maritime this or
The Atlantic.
the Atlantic, etc.
The Atlantic
Atlantic
Fishermen.
Commanders would actually be kind of dope, but it would mean nothing.
The Atlantic Seagulls.
But what I'm saying is, if you did do just like a new Canadian team, I would probably think shooting for like industry names would be the best way to
Yeah.
like tie it to an area to make it like people more invested in
So
it.
what's the big? You know what? Let's.
Well, Alberta's big on oil and gas,
Well,
obviously. So I
Yeah.
think you'd need the Alberta pipe layers to go lay some pipe for pipe fitters. Would be hilarious. But a lot of the best names have already been picked. Like I said, like Roughnecks, great. That's a great name. Stampeders, the Oilers. There's got to be like some sort of like history culture tie that would be good. And it can't be like the Toronto Drake fans. That's just not going to work.
Right. Hmm. I
Like
mean, and you know what? With all of us,
and you can't go, the Hamilton Beaver Tails. You can't go with like the St. John Moose Knuckles. It's just you can't pick body parts of animals. That's off.
right?
And there's
So let me just read this out.
yeah.
The earliest forms of business in the area is now Ontario were the fur trade and related trading posts. So
Yeah, you don't want to say the Ontario Traders because
no,
sounds too bad.
but when we went, what did you
Pelters.
Pelters.
Yeah,
It's very much in the. It's already Ontario,
I think pelting like pelters would be great
and you could pelt the Bengal.
because not only is it pelt from a like the
The
trade, but
trade, but you're pelting them with shots or pelting them with
exactly.
fists or
Yeah.
I think that's pretty good.
I think we walked
I
into
think
it.
we're onto it. I think we're onto
just
it.
Walked into that one.
And it could be dressed almost like a like a fur trader.
Like a fur trader. Exactly.
Yeah. Almost like the guy who sells beef jerky.
You just take the cast of the Revenant and you're like,
Yeah.
boom.
Oh man.
Get the pelts.
Do up
Get
a
the pelts.
you know what? I'm gonna get my kid. My kid's a good artist. I'm gonna get my kid to drop a pelter.
And I think Ontario pelters would be
The Ontario pelters.
the way to go instead of the Toronto pelters. Or
So the Bengals are no more. It's the Toronto pelters, or sorry, the Ontario pelters.
No, I think it'd be Ontario. I think you got to go Ontario Bengals.
Ontario Bengals or Toronto pelters.
No.
Ontario pelters.
Yes, one or the other.
Ontario pelters.
But if you get the Bengals to move, you have to keep the Bengals. because
The
I think you
Ontario
have to.
Bengal Pelters.
And then next year it's the Washington Pelters.
Yeah, okay,
They'd move.
good call. We'll keep it Ontario Bengals, but Pelters is a great second option if they were to change the name. How about
Or
that?
just have an expansion team. I would love
They're
if
not going to.
I would love if Canada could just get like
The only problem with an expansion,
three
how do you put
or
5 in a
four.
division?
No, you don't put five.
If you expanded, you would have.
No, no. But anytime the NFL has expanded,
Yeah.
they always expand 4 teams or 2 teams or like
Oh yeah,
they
if
make
you
it
if you can expand too.
they make it so that you can have more. So like one of the things I think
You know what
is
you do? You. Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say you look in the U.S. at areas that need teams or could have
Yeah.
teams, and I do think there's a couple cities where you could either have a second team or just one team. Like San Antonio, for example,
Yeah.
is a pretty sizable city in Texas.
Right.
They could probably use a team. Houston's got a team. Dallas got a team. San Antonio's probably worth putting a team in. And then you already have rivalry right away. You've got, people who really like it.
What about Atlanta? What's in Atlanta?
The Falcons.
Oh, the Falcons, right. I was thinking hockey for some reason. I was thinking
Oh, okay.
Thrashers. I was trying to think of hockey teams that currently are there. Seattle has one.
Yeah.
Utah.
Yeah, Utah could use a football team potentially.
Yeah, so they have enough for the hockey team. So
they got hockey. They've had basketball for a while.
Yeah.
I think they could probably support a football team. And it'd be cheap enough to build a stadium out there.
Yeah, Oklahoma.
No, unfortunately,
I don't
like
know
some of those yeah, Boise, like Idaho, like Boise's not going to do it. I don't think Lincoln, Nebraska is going to have one. The Kansas City Chiefs are honestly as close to like a Midwest team as you can really
fair.
have.
So it's possible. Anyway, it's possible.
It's possible.
It's possible.
I think if you just made 2 more U.S. teams and then had 2 Canadian teams, and you could easily get 2 Canadian NFL teams.
You think?
Montreal? Absolutely.
NFL Montreal?
You have an NFL for Quebec and an NFL for Ontario. Think of the rivalry.
Great rivalry right out the gate.
Right out the gate.
But what would you go, AFC and NFC North?
No.
You'd have to do AFC North, NFC North.
No. You would keep one in the AFC North because we're moving the Bengals.
Oh, you'd have to keep both AFC North.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying. Because then they got a rivalry from the get-go, and they're in the same division, and they play twice a year.
Yeah. And the only difference is maybe the Browns move out of the AFC North to somewhere else. Which who cares? Yeah.
Browns could move to fucking Texas.
Yeah. Or not even Texas, but suddenly they're playing against Denver.
And you know what?
Like that.
If we're gonna look north of the border, can Mexico support a team?
No.
Okay.
Financially, totally.
Yes.
But the travel,
the issues,
the politics, unfortunately there's just too much.
I just want to have fun with it.
There were players who were protesting playing in Mexico City. They're like, we don't want to do this.
No. Yeah. Okay. Should we get off football? Because I'd like to talk about something.
Okay. What do you want to talk about?
You know what? It came up today. I was at a friend's house, and you know what I watched for the first time?
Porn?
For the first time. Settle down. K-pop. We talked about K-pop before.
Did you watch the K-pop Demon Hunters?
K-pop Demon Hunters was on the show. Shout out to Abby. Made me a bracelet today. Fantastic. And so I watched K-pop.
Now were you
Hunters.
watching with children?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes
Abby.
sense.
Abby made me the bracelet. We watched a bit of K-pop Demon Hunters, and I gotta say, for not knowing anything about K-pop,
Korean pop,
right?
For those who don't know, like you,
I thought it was a really good show.
Okay.
For kids, obviously, but I thought it was really good, and it made me think Disney, which it wasn't, obviously.
You think demon hunting is
fantastic,
kid appropriate?
Oh yeah, it was so good. Kind of reminded me a bit of Buffy, from back in the 90s.
Yeah, but that wasn't kid appropriate.
It wasn't, but this one was. Nothing kid appropriate these days is a lot.
Yeah,
a lot more forgiving than it was back then.
When beheading videos are at your fingertips.
Yeah. That being said,
you're right. Hunting demons ain't so bad.
That being said, good show, and it made me think, wow, this Korean pop culture or whatever you want to call it, or just even if you looked at anime or any of this stuff made over in Japan or whatever
The
they're making in
the
Korea,
the Asian
the
stuff.
Asian, all the Asian stuff,
Yeah.
huge. And I was like, man, this show is so good. It's like it seems better than what I've seen other animes. And then I looked it up, and it's actually made in U.S. and a lot of it's also
Yeah.
made in Canada.
Yeah.
A lot of their stuff is in out of Vancouver and
Yeah. There's lots of
the states.
digital art schools out of the Vancouver,
Yeah, so all this whole K-pop movie, uh,
North American.
it's North American made.
Yeah. It's almost like they're trying to take advantage of a
Of
trend.
That's exactly where I was going with
You
it.
think North America is pretty good at that? I think so.
Yeah, they're exploiting
Yeah.
what's popular right now
And-
and making it their own.
Yeah.
Change a couple things here and there to suit what we like.
Yeah.
And yeah, so they're exploiting another culture, which you know what?
Well, you know what? It happened.
It
I don't know
happened.
if
Yeah.
it's exploit. Like the K-pop part is definitely exploited.
Yes.
But if it's just like an American anime, look, taking a technology another company or another country has like developed and doing your own spin for your like catered to your population or your
Right.
target audience. Everyone does
I
that.
think calling
and I
it
think,
K-pop Demon Hunters is
but
where I
K-pop's probably too far.
yeah, that's where I'm going with exploiting because
Yeah.
if I'm watching K-pop, I would think it's out of Korea.
You would imagine.
South Korea, South
Yeah.
Korean.
Yeah.
So this was K-pop Demon Hunters. Again, I thought it was fantastic for a cartoon for kids. Great visual, like it was well drawn, well animated. However
Yeah.
they do it, computer or whatever.
Yeah, a lot of that.
And just you take the K-pop out of the name and just call it
Pop Demon Hunters.
whatever their names are, Demon Hunters, the
Yeah.
Demon Hunters, or whatever.
Yeah, Glizzy Hunters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good songs, good singing.
Yeah.
Couple of the names or a couple of the voices I heard, I was like, oh, I know that.
Yeah,
I know Kim Jong. Kim Jong? No.
Kim Jong Un.
Ken Jong.
Yeah.
From the
Hangover
Hangovers movies. Yeah, he's a voiceover in there as well.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, this is such a good show.
Can I push back on one thing?
Yeah. The bracelet?
No. So one thing that I find a little bit frustrating, I was talking about this with a mutual friend of ours, was in a lot of, whether it's video games or animated movies,
Yep.
we've gone from having dedicated voice actors doing voice acting to
Right.
just celebrities doing the voice acting.
Right.
And most of the time, I think that the celebrity like actors doing voice acting are worse
they're not as good
than dedicated voice actors, because like you just said, you're like, oh, I recognize that voice.
Yeah. Takes it away.
I kind of think it takes it away.
Yeah.
I think it's better when you're like, oh wow, the only times I would say like maybe that's not the case would be something like James Earl Jones being Mufasa.
Or I'm only going to say one other.
Yeah.
And you're going to agree with me.
Okay.
And if you don't agree with me anyway.
Okay.
Aladdin's Genie. The original.
Robin Williams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
that like all the other voice actors were unknown.
Yeah.
But
Or
when
they fit in so well that you don't notice it.
Yeah, like Robin Williams, God rest his soul, amazing in everything he ever done, and him as the genie, I thought was very much a requirement. Because I tell you what, Will Smith, your genie was shit.
Yeah, it was a little rough.
That was the worst genie. They should have never remade the movie anyway.
Yeah, it's probably not one you want to do live action of.
Yeah.
Another one too, and this is before he got very famous doing other stuff, but Vin Diesel as the Iron Giant.
Yeah. You know what?
Yeah.
I gotta use
and even as Groot too.
You know what? Deontology. That's a good time for. You remember that?
Who told you?
Who
told you?
Who would have thunk?
All right, you go do your thing. We'll discuss the utilitarian versus deontology point. All right. Drawings aside, accompanied by sound, let's get back to ethical dilemmas. So I think the last time, if I remember right, I actually don't even know if this made a video that we ended up posting or not, but the last thing I remember talking about was potential issues with it. If you find utilitarian perspectives persuasive and you're of the mind that you should maximize the pleasure or good experiences of humans and minimize the negative or bad experiences of humans or all suffering beings. You could even expand it to, like some people have. You might find yourself, remember, because they're like prescriptive. So when you're looking at an ethical calculus, it's not going to produce something where it's like, you should think about this or you might want to consider. It's like the best course of action is. And that, like, utilitarian calculations tend to produce a, after, assigning utiles or whatever unit of good versus bad they have, whatever is spat out at the end, um, based on the utilitarian calculation you're using, is going to give you not just something that you should consider. It's going to give you something that, according to the arguments of utilitarians, is like, this is what you should do. Like, to do something else is to make the wrong choice from an ethical perspective, if you agree with these principles. So if you're going to be consistent, sometimes you can run into issues. And I think the one I brought up last time was like the sick father example, or the sick mother, or the sick whoever. Insert like whatever, sick child. Um, but someone has got a terminal illness. They're very close to you, and they're suffering in the particular circumstance you're living in also produces a significant amount of suffering on those closest with them and maybe the people around them. So perhaps their illness is one where it's actually like really traumatic for the healthcare staff to deal with. Maybe they're constantly incontinent. Maybe there's lots of like, dislocations of bones and other things that are, not good. Like bad seizures can sometimes produce this. Suppose that that person has, it's been, through medical experts declared that this is going to be what it is for the next 6 months, the end. And then they will die at the end of 6 months or some point around there. And it's either going to stay the same or get worse. So everyone watching this, sick loved one is going to witness this until the end. Or the option is, you know, uh, end the life earlier on. Now, there's lots of people who would say, if that's me, put me down. But there's other people who would say, I just, no, I'm going to beat this thing. I don't care. I'm going to beat this thing. Let me keep going. A utilitarian calculus, in my view, and I think in several, consistent thinkers' views, can produce outcomes where you look at that scenario and you would say, we have to kill dad. We have to kill him. Like, or we have to take his life preservers away. We got to let him go. We got to end the suffering right now. And the sooner you end it, the better the decision is. And of course, there's reasons why a lot of people might be uncomfortable with that kind of calculus, which ends up, potentially being a starting point next time, next P break. We're talking a little bit more about deontology. And even though why it might sound a little bit more wordy, a little less um, easy to prescribe, there's maybe good reasons for pursuing something other than utilitarianism. Welcome back.
Oh, thanks. I hope you got a lot in there because,
Not really.
okay, I hope.
It was a weak stream.
Yeah, it was a weak stream. Literally.
A couple dribbles, ran
It
back.
was enough to make me feel better about finishing this whole episode without having to go again. Oh, we're at a lot of time already. Um, yeah, no, that's good stuff. Where were we? We were just finished up talking about K-pop.
I think the point we were ending on was the voice actor thing.
Change. Oh, voice actors.
So I
Yes.
think a lot of animated works today it helps their marketing, obviously, when you can tell Chris Pratt is going to be Mario, you know.
Yeah. You know what? Good movie though.
And I'm sure it was.
Mario Bros.
And in some cases, real actors do good voice work as well. Like Sarah Silverman, I actually think
Oh,
in
Candy
Wreck It
Crush
Ralph, in
or
Wreck It,
Candy Crush. Yeah, yeah, the Candy
whatever
racing.
her
Yeah,
name is,
yeah, yeah.
yeah, in Wreck It Ralph, I think her character, like the voice, just matched really well, and she has got a really unique. She can do weird voices really
Yeah.
well.
But
Um,
but for the most part,
for the most part, though, like I rather would have professional voice actors doing it who can do so many different voices where you actually don't even know who they are. Like you're not going to listen all the time and be like, "Oh yeah, I know exactly. That also was the guy from like, the Star
Whatever.
Wars
Yeah.
cartoons, etc., etc."
I would like to be a voice actor. Anybody who's looking for voice actors, reach out.
Yeah. But I think that that's one way to keep the costs a little bit lower, to put it more on the animation, more on the
Yeah.
storytelling, kind of get like all the nuts and bolts, and then you get more movies where it's
You don't have to pay. Yeah. If you're
you
paying
don't have to
these
pay
guys,
absurd amounts.
yeah,
But
you'll do better
in some
in the long
cases,
run.
like movie making is just money laundering, so you do want to pay those people.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Very true.
No.
Um, on another note,
Yeah.
I have a question for you.
Uh-oh.
Uh, did you ever hear that if you put, not your head, but if a head goes in a vagina, it's called giraffing? Did you ever hear this? Is it true? And I would always thought it,
I've heard it's like
or is it ostriching?
I've heard rhinocerosing
Rhinocerosing?
because of like as a joke
Mm,
because of the Ace Ventura
okay.
scene in the second movie where he's like
Yeah. Okay.
like gets birthed out of a fake rhino.
I'm not gonna say I was watching something weird, but I was watching another podcast,
Okay.
and they were talking and saying
About
that,
something they saw that was weird.
and they said it was called giraffing, which you put your head in a vagina.
That doesn't even make sense.
Right.
What about cloaca in?
What's a cloaca?
It's the bit of the bird that they both poop, pee, and produce eggs out of.
Oh, okay. I was thinking ostriching because you
Like if
put
you were
your
to put an
ostrich.
egg in your mouth, cover it with fur, and just go.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, your
Like,
lady showed me a video of a guy doing exactly that, and then describing what a cloaca is.
oh, really?
Yeah, one
Mine.
of the first times we
Imagine
worked
that.
together.
I was picturing the bird on Super Mario Bros. 2 in the video game where you got to throw the eggs,
Yeah, yeah.
and he would spit it out his mouth.
Oh, yeah. No,
Okay.
birds don't do that. I don't know if you knew that.
What? They
They
don't
don't
lay eggs from
produce.
their mouth?
No, no, they don't puke eggs.
Oh, well, what about an ostrich? Because he puts his head in a hole.
Nope.
So,
I mean, ostriching would make more sense
right.
to describe that thing. I mean, in general, it's like wildly irresponsible to try to do that because you could hurt the woman pretty badly.
You would think.
Yeah. Unless
What
you had a
is
tiny head, in
putting
which case it's probably an
head
illegal act
in
anyways.
vagina called? Uh, just brought me to clitoris anatomy, location, purpose, and conditions.
Because you're trying to find it. It's got to be in here
It's
somewhere.
what is putting a head in vagina called? Yeah, that's
I don't know. I would call it like reverse birth.
what would it
Oh, no, there.
what's it called?
I feel like there
Slang?
is a particular term though for there's because there is a like a fetish world of people who are really like obsessed with the idea of like going back
Oh,
in.
it's actually it's actually cunnilingus.
No.
The act of putting one's head in or applying the mouth to a partner's vagina for sexual stimulation is medically termed cunnilingus.
Yes. Yeah.
Cunnilingus.
But
So,
but there is a different one where it's like going back in and then being rebirthed is like this fetish of a certain group of people, and it does have a particular name.
okay. Common slang terms include going down, eating, giving head, dining, carpet munching, muff diving, tipping the velvet,
What?
or south mouth.
Southmouth. That's got to be a band name. That's
Oh,
incredible.
oh God.
Tipping the velvet.
Tipping the velvet. I've never. That is a good one.
That's good.
All right, sorry, folks.
Yeah.
Had to throw that in there.
Anyways, if you're one of those freaks who knows what that like fetish is called, feel free to tell us.
Yeah, let us know.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's giraffing.
No,
I
that
don't.
doesn't
I don't
sound
think
right.
that's right.
Because giraffing would be like if you fell out fully formed
Yeah,
and then awkwardly stood up and were like, "Oh, I'm alive."
yeah. It just seems weird.
Which is, I don't know if you've ever seen like a giraffe being birthed video.
I have. Yeah.
It's the wildest thing. They literally like fall out of the sky onto the ground, and then they're like trying to get their limbs under control.
I mean, giving head is
No. I mean, it works from like a
yeah.
like a literature standpoint, but eh,
It's interesting anyway.
yeah. I mean,
Uh,
either way, no one's doing it. At least no one who's gonna share about it.
well, I'd like to hear if there's an act. Maybe and in all reality, if you can put your whole human adult head in a vagina, I don't think it's possible.
I don't think so either,
I don't
man.
think it's possible. I don't, and that's what I always thought.
Like maybe like during a birthing sequence, it's like baby out, head in.
But you can't
But
even
I
the
don't think
baby.
you can because
No,
it literally like squeezes the baby's
oh
skull,
God, you die. You get stuck in
and you
there.
get the
You would die.
or she would die.
You would both die.
If
You would
someone's
die.
dying.
She'd be dragging you down the street, body flailing out. Come on, somebody get this fucking thing out of me. She'd have to cut your head. No, you can't even cut the head off because then you go septic.
That's right.
Yeah, your head to
But
be stuck in
yeah,
there rotting.
you'd have to like cut it out, and then you have,
As do a C-section.
yeah, you would. It's just
You would
not.
need surgery.
It's not recommended. It's a bad
Okay,
idea.
folks at home, do not try anything you've just heard.
No giraffe.
No giraffing, no putting heads in places they shouldn't be. And maybe by us talking about this, we may have our heads up our ass because I don't think it's a real thing. But I did see it on another show on the internet. So
There was a show called American Gods where one of the scenes there it's like following different mythical gods and different things they're doing, and one of them is Aphrodite, and she's like, I guess her thing is like she appears to certain followers and like gives them like, no, I'm good, gives them like sexual stimulus until they like give their souls to her, and the way that is shown in this show is like literally people being absorbed through her vagina
really,
into her and like feeding her. And that's the only thing I can
interesting.
possibly think of where it's like maybe that's like what people are thinking of for this kind of thing.
Maybe.
But I mean that's more of like an absorption process than a like I'm just gonna put my head in and have a peek around. Like what are you even doing?
Yeah, you got to keep your eyes shut. You can't
Or you
open your.
don't.
No, you got to.
No, because you can open your eyes
Imagine.
underwater.
Oh God. Oh.
You like swim in a lake and you just
Like,
open them for a bit.
not right.
Speaking of,
Well,
when I
okay. We'll hold off on what I'm doing here. What? Say it again. What are you doing?
when I was young,
You got my attention so quick then.
when I was a youth living in Calgary, we had nothing but like man-made lakes around there.
Yeah.
Because Calgary.
Calgary.
And one of the lakes that I grew up near had some fish thrown into it, as a lot of them do. Like the man-made ones, they just get throw fish in. 'Cause
Get some life in there.
It
Yeah.
helps the lake, keeps it healthy.
100%.
I'd never had goggles before. So as a kid, I was just
You
always
never see anything.
well, I would always open my eyes and it'd be like a murky mess, and I would
Right.
just sting, and it was
Yeah.
it
Right,
was
right.
what it was,
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, this is as good as it gets. And then
put goggles on for the first time.
and then I put goggles on for the first time, and then like swimming around. I think it was like 10 or something. And I'm swimming around, and I don't know, in my kid head, I was like, oh, this is gonna be great. I'll be able to look at more sand, like.
I'll be able to see all this adventure down here.
Like, there's really, I'm like, I don't know, maybe there's some like ladies around, and you'll be able to like take a better peek or something.
See the little shapes.
But like as a kid, I was just excited to be able to open my eyes without stinging. Mostly,
Yeah.
it was like, oh, this is awesome. So I put the goggles on.
I'm like
and
that now.
I get some water in, and I'm like, oh, shake him out, get up, go back down, and I'm swimming around, just doing my thing. And then I look like, you never realize how like sometimes you don't want to see stuff.
What'd you see? You see a dead body?
No, nothing that crazy. Like to my little kid brain, I'm just like probably just looking through sand trying to find cool rocks or shells. And then I look this way, and it's just dark, right? Because like obviously light comes down, water gets deeper, it's just dark. You don't see anything. First of all, that's creepy.
That is creepy.
And I'm like, oh, I didn't know that was something that looked like that forever. Just a dark, off-limitsy looking spot that I could find myself in.
Yeah.
And the kelp is like kind of down there, and you're like, and I look back, go back to my rock thing, look this way, and like right here is a fish.
That's cool.
Like a big old fish.
That's cool.
Sure.
Scary.
Today it would be cool.
Scary then.
At the moment, I just started screaming underwater, just, and then the fish just like peels off, flies the other way,
Oh,
and I'm
that's
like,
good.
I
Run
don't
it. I'm
want
out of
these.
here. I'm out of here. I never want to see down here again.
Yeah, my poor mom thought I was drowning. just,
Yeah,
just
you know what?
bubbles coming up.
he's,
My.
he's gone. He's gone. Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
Oh wow, that would be cool though. That would be stuck in your brain forever.
it is 100%. I
Yeah.
just like look this way, and you kind of get this like dark expanse, and just like what the hell is behind that
That's
section you cannot see, and then look again, and it's a fish just
that's wild.
visiting you in your face. I was like, oh my god,
That's actually fantastic. Now I don't mean to cut you short again because I do that a lot,
that's okay.
but we're running out of
So you
time.
can open your eyes underwater. Just saying.
We need to find our time limit here for our
Oh, we gotta go
Canadian
quick.
town.
Go quick.
Okay, so I'm gonna spin it.
Yep. Spinning.
Willemstad. No, what? Netherlands.
That's
This is global. This isn't Canadian. Uh, what the hell?
well,
It's
since you're terrible at this, I'm gonna find a good one.
wait. I'll get it. I'll get it now. I went to the wrong app.
How about Lewisburg, Nova Scotia?
Ah, for fuck's sakes. Okay, fine. Lewisburg, Nova Scotia. Lewis's.
And then Burg.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I got-
Community in Cape Breton Island, Nova Scotia. Incorporated town in 1901, and their population is 3,423 as of 2024. So quite a small town in the old Scotia.
very small town in Scotia.
Yeah.
You know what though? I'm gonna do it. I'm doing this one. Okay.
You doing the fortress?
No, I'm doing the one after it.
Okay.
3 weeks ago.
Nice. I'll do the fortress. 'cause it's
We're
not-
gonna start this. Let's start this with the somber one.
Okay.
Okay. Two children dead
Ah.
after boat overturns in Lake Rossignol. RCMP say 45-year-old man and another child survived the incident.
So 3 kids and a 45-year-old on a boat?
Nova Scotia RCMP say 2 children under the age of 10 are dead after a boat capsized late Saturday.
Oh.
RCMP spokesperson Cindy Bayers says there were 4 people on board, 45-year-old man and 3 children under the age 10, all from Falls River, Nova Scotia. I don't want to read anymore. This is sad news, guys.
Were they all in the same family, or is it like a kid and friends and dad?
The boat was a flat-bottom canoe with a motor that had stopped working. All 4 people were wearing life jackets, and the man had checked weather conditions ahead of time. But she said the conditions deteriorated, and the boat started taking on water from the high waves, and then capsized. Yeah. So
That's just a tragedy, right
there
there.
was nothing, nothing but just.
Does it mention
sadness over
anything
this one.
about like, are these 3 kids related, or is this multiple families being
I
affected?
think this is multiple families. The man attempted to perform life-saving measures on the 2 children,
Oh man,
but
that's got to be like one of the scariest moments you can kind of think about.
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
say you're
that's
just a pop
awful.
taking your kid out, and like the kid's friends, assuming
that's probably what it was.
And
It
then
doesn't say much.
it just goes fucking
more.
sideways. Like,
Military helicopter showed up. Paramedics on the
and you're
scene.
in a remote area.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry to bring up such a. I didn't think it was going to be as bad as
Yeah.
what it was when I. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, folks. That's
that's a
something.
tough one.
Boat safety. You know what? I don't know. There's nothing.
If anyone watching this knows that person or whatever, like,
there might be nothing more that ever could have been done. Sometimes
do some support. Yeah.
Sometimes there's not much you can do to prevent things, and it might be just one of those times where it's totally unexpected, and weather just shifts sometimes on us. Anyway, thoughts out, prayers out for the people affected.
T's and P's.
Yeah. All right, let's try to turn this to something a little more positive.
Well, God, I hope so. I just clicked the first thing I saw without looking at it. It sounds better. Fortress of Lewisburg National Historic Site. Government of Canada. You know what? It's not a news article, but given what we just read, I'm going to share that it exists. So, a bustling community once called Lewisburg home. Explore the remnants of a short but eventful period of history, including a reconstructed section of the French colonial town featuring costume guides, richly furnished exhibits. Yeah, worth knowing that like the French got to Canada first, set up like significant number of communities, and some of those communities got moved or were wiped out or whatever. So you can have like, even to people living in the 1800s, something that would be considered like an old abandoned historical thing. And
Yeah,
one of them is in Lewisburg. It's like a well-maintained fortress or well
which is
reconstructed
so
one.
cool.
That free admission and discounted overnight accommodations.
Ooh, yeah. This sounds like
Overnight? Are you
this sounds
kidding
like a
me?
refractory period road trip.
That would be incredible. Overnight in
Can we
an
take our
old
podcast on
fortress?
the road?
I think
Can we
we
do
could.
this?
I think we could. It's a reconstructed town, which a lot of people find lame. I think that's incredible.
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Explore the ruins of a partial reconstruction of an 18th century, so that means 1700s,
That's fantastic.
French colonial town. God,
That's
that's Canadian history
refractory
right
period's hitting the road, folks.
there. Lewisburg's got it going
Next
on.
year, though. Not next year, the year after.
Hey, and not connected to it, but within it, Mi'kmaq Interpretive Center.
Mi'kmaq.
Yeah.
That's my heritage.
I know. Discover a part of the rich Mi'kmaq heritage of Unamaki, Cape Breton Island. So that's in or around the thing.
I'm
So,
a
yeah.
part of the Halibut First Nations, which is Halibut is a caribou.
Always bragging.
Oh,
Always bragging.
boys.
But anyways, in addition to obviously the sad news
Oh
from
shit.
was it 3 weeks ago?
Yeah, it was.
And by the time this comes
was-
out, it's going to be like a month.
It was 3 weeks ago. Yeah, so
Yeah.
it was a while ago.
Yeah.
Not that it was within this year though. So
Yeah.
everybody affected is still affected for years and years and years.
Yeah.
Anyway,
That said, one of the cool things in Lewisburg, worth knowing, go check out that fortress. Overnight accommodations.
You know what?
You don't always see that. I know, like when I was in Scotland, there were some places, renovated castles and historical sites where you could pay a sizable amount to stay overnight or kind of do your holiday in
Yeah.
there. But free admission, I doubt it's going. We didn't look at the fees, but we
who
will
cares?
because we might do a
Who
road
cares?
trip.
We're doing it. We're doing it.
Yeah,
It
To-
might just be. We might have to bring the missuses,
the Missai,
the miss, the missy.
bring the Maasai.
We'll bring them. We'll bring them.
But yeah, Lewisburg's got some cool stuff.
First refractory period road trip.
In
2027.
an overnight 1700s fortress.
2027.
Yeah.
2026 refractory period road trip is going to
Calgary.
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 We're not filming anything there, but we're going there just
We'll
us.
report back.
Yeah.
Yeah. But maybe 2027.
2027. What else do I got going 2027?
You don't know yet.
2026 is Calgary and Newfoundland for me.
Yeah.
After that, 2027 should be there and
We'll see what's going on in the U.S. because I wouldn't mind a little
NFLs.
NFLs.
Oh, NFLs.
Yeah.
Okay. So as of right now, though, we could do this for sure.
2027.
Where is it again? Nova Scotia?
Lewisburg, Nova Scotia.
I can't go that far
Cape,
east.
Cape Breton. Yeah.
Go that far east and not go to Newfoundland and see the folks. I'd have to do a quick pop over, jump over the pond.
Oh, we'd have to decide whether it's a road trip or a fly trip.
It would have to be a flaw. Oh, yeah.
Because that'd be kind of cool.
Fucking refractory period road trip? Or
With
fly
the
trip?
misses.
Ooh.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
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 That sounds awesome.
Thumbs up.
Yeah. My puppy would totally love.
Oh God, yeah.
7 days on the road.
It'll be two
It'll
of
be
us.
yeah,
Fly
yeah.
trip.
Or road. One of the
Or
two.
or 4 of us fly trip.
4 fly. Well, no.
4 fly's fine.
4 fly for me is still. Well, maybe we could definitely get.
Well, what do you mean for you?
we could-
What's the difference between
'cause
you and me?
We could kennel the dog.
Yeah, you're not taking the dog.
Yeah, no.
The dog's not coming.
That's too bad. Well, maybe I want to bring the dog.
No, you don't.
It'll be 2. I can put it in the back. It'd be fun.
Well, where we? Yeah, but
Imagine us and a puppy. That dog loves your mustache.
And yeah, you know what?
Right.
The wife would love your dog too.
And my wife does love my dog.
No, my wife would
Oh,
love you.
yeah,
I don't think she's
yeah.
met your dog yet.
My wife has met my
No,
dog.
mine.
Of course, yeah.
Has she? But your dog is so cute.
I don't think your wife has met mine.
But she needs to because
does.
I bet she would love it.
She
I know
does.
she would.
Yeah. Either way, my wife loves our dog. So
Yeah, I believe that.
we could definitely pile in my truck. You know what?
That's a
sucks,
big
though?
road
You know
trip
what-
for
you know
a
what- you know what
dog,
I've
though.
found though.
It's a big road trip for a dog.
That's not that bad. I've done worse.
The west to east coast. You're
I've done worse.
talking
I've done worse.
8
In the
days,
summertime,
8-day
when
drive.
the weather is
it's
nice.
in 8 days because it's 5 days straight if you don't stop.
Yeah, but I won't stop.
Well, we could switch sleeping and working. There's no way. We put a dash cam in.
Perfect.
Oh my god.
Oh man, yeah. We wouldn't even be talking. It would just be like the visuals. That'd be a beautiful trip,
I
actually.
think it would be fantastic.
Yeah. Anyways,
Okay. Are we
um,
past our time now? Holy fuck.
no, we got. Yeah, we
No,
are.
we are.
Yeah, we are. Ah, shit.
We got excited.
Yeah. Well,
Let's talk about this next episode.
no.
Okay.
All right.
We're not cutting any of this out either. 69 minutes or not. We're going to 69 and a half?
No,
No,
70.
70 and a half.
And counting.
You know what? Keep dripping.
Steady dripping.
Steady dripping. I can
All
never
right.
remember that.
See you next time.